So this entire ideology of having to earn rest is a very bad thing.
And now that I'm here, I'm like, shit. Stop.
You are given all these emotions and feelings to feel them.
क्या वो हमारी रियलिटी है भी? क्या हम सिर्फ इसीलिए कर रहे हैं बिकॉज वो सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है? Hi, welcome back to the episode 2 of season 2 of So Far So Good.
And this time we're going to be talking everything based on true events.
We hosted a bunch of girls last month.
Yeah.
And it was such a wholesome evening. Evening nahi tha, morning
Afternoon tha. It was supposed to be a 2-hour session which ended up, I think, 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was supposed to be come for coffee, morning coffee kind of thing, but it ended up being something a lot more than that. And
But it was amazing.
that's why we're here to share our insights from that very beautiful morning with all of you.
Yeah, so basically this was hosted by us and we invited girls from different friend groups of us. Some were acquaintances, some were friends we have studied together in college. And initially I honestly expected that it's going to be very awkward. कि icebreaker के लिए 1-2 games रखनी पड़ेंगी, etc. But it just flowed.
It really did. I think we were very nervous in the beginning because we didn't even know if like these guys will show up or not. Till the last moment, we were like ticking people off or like seeing if these guys are even going to come or not.
Yeah, 2 people came very last minute.
Yeah, they did. But somehow we were still in the middle of prep and the first 2 girls arrived and they started talking apas mein. So it was like it started flowing naturally since the very beginning. And that was something that I was also like a little taken aback by because I had no expectation of any sorts of that.
So, our topic for today's podcast episode is basically, so we had these yellow chits in which we had questions. We thought just to get the ball rolling, we'll start with a questionnaire and everybody will give their opinions and their insights on that particular question. So, some of the answers just stood out and I think those answers stayed with us that we had to talk about it and share it with everybody.
I think there's just another energy when just women are given a space to just talk about things that they care about, that they have on the top of their mind, and just like ramble on about things that they have something to say on.
It is something which is not very usual because I don't know why, but people have there's this myth that female friendships are women are औरत ही औरत की सबसे बड़ी दुश्मन है and that ideology. But even I was very awkward, thinking because I haven't grown up with a lot of female friends, but that group and everybody talking, oh my god, and it wasn't even half the people who are listening, who have just heard this much part will expect it to be a gossip session. No, it wasn't. I think, yeah.
No celebrity gossip, none of those things. Well, I feel like that is another form of vibe altogether.
Yeah.
But I feel like because nobody knew each other that well, the kind of conversations that flowed were so personal. Like in a very weird way.
Yeah,
like,
and it wasn't like somebody sharing their crisis. It was opinions and it was different ideologies which everybody was bringing. And I mean, okay, one of them was an actor, one of them is pursuing literature, one of them is in direction field, one of them is in, I think, events or mass media field.
Yeah.
So, it was so good.
We're just fangirling over a bunch of women who we hosted, but yes. So like we mentioned, there were a bunch of chits and the first question was, what stage of your life are you currently in? And I think this was like one of the first questions that really brought all of us together, where I think I said something on the lines of, I am in the middle, where I think after college and everything, the beginning phase, the dreamer phase of mine has been lived through. Like, I still dream, I still manifest a lot, but my earlier dreams of, like doing something, all of those things are now in the middle, where everything has been started at one point, and now I just have to like do it long enough to reach where I want to reach. And sometimes it can get like monotonous and daunting, but whatever it is, that is the stage that I am in currently. And what did you say to that?
I said that I am in the unlearning phase because there are so many statements I have made up about myself and which are like fixed in my mind, which I have to unlearn so that I can pursue the things which I really want to. I'm currently in the beginning phase only, I want to say. Yes.
And linking into what I had said, one of the girls from the group mentioned this particular fact that, in this particular stage where you just feel that you have to do so much, everything feels like you have to earn it. Like she was talking about trips and how like it feels so difficult to take one at this point in time because abhi kuch kiya nahi hai to actually go and be like to get chutti. And I so agree with that. I have not taken a trip since the last 2 years. I want to say the only trip that I take is back home. But it's just because it's because of that guilt that I have not done enough.
You haven't earned the trip. That's the thing which comes to mind. It's like in this phase when you're currently working towards your goal, you're still working hard, you're showing up every day. But since it's not fruitful yet, because it's a long procedure, you just feel कि जब वो चीज मिल जाएगी, then I'll take a vacation. Like little do we know कि उसके बाद और भी तो काम होगा.
Exactly, वो चीज तो कभी मिलने वाली ही नहीं है. Because the minute you get that thing, there'll be another thing, and it's a cycle that'll keep going on, and we only have to take a step back and be like, okay, you know what? It is time. But I still feel like a hypocrite because I know this is what I'm saying. But even today, if I have to go for a trip for my friend's birthday, I know that I'm dying with guilt, being like कि क्या किया क्या मैंने एक trip के बाद दूसरी trip, and it's not even a trip, it's a staycation.
Yeah, it's not even about staycation at this point. There are times when we've discussed this and standing in the kitchen where you be like, आज मैंने पूरे दिन कुछ नहीं किया, आज मैंने ऑफ लिया, and then you know कि कल इस ऑफ का by ऑफ मतलब लैपटॉप पे काम किया बेड में बैठ के.
Yeah.
काम कर रहा है but still calling it an off day, and then tomorrow you will regret this off. So this entire ideology of having to earn rest is a very bad thing, and it's so common, but it has to be like taken out of the system.
It really has to, but I'm still struggling on how to, because like okay, currently we're back home and it's just been what, like
2 days.
2-3 days, and I am struggling. Every day I have to sit myself down and be like, this is the reason why you're here. Like this is the reason why like you decided to come back home, because you wanted a break. You were burning out there. Burning out? What is it called?
Correct.
Yeah. And
Having a burnout.
yeah, you were having a burnout there, and like you were craving this, and now that I'm here, I'm like, shit, waste हो गया, कुछ नहीं करी, 1 महीना कुछ नहीं करी, अरे.
I think it has to come from our generation. Now, my dad is 50 years old, okay? I haven't seen him take a day off, even for 1 day. He goes to factory on Sunday, even though he's like, आज तो छुट्टी है, but half day लगाऊंगा. छुट्टी कैसे हुई पापा? So, it's like, this has to, rest is equally important and it has to come through our generation.
It really has to, because he's so right. Like, I'm also noticing this with my dad. Like, he'll come around 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
He's so tired. And I'll be like, why don't we go take a vacation? And he'll be like, how? And my only thing is, am I becoming him? Well, I know like he's working so hard to make sure like we have an easy life and all those
I
things.
understand that thing. See, our dads have made their peace with this sort of lifestyle.
He loves it actually.
I know that, but maybe he loves it because he hasn't experienced the rest part. No? And mothers, though, especially who are homemakers, they don't have an off day. They don't. So, last we went on cruise, and that was the first time I saw my dad not working because cruise mein network nahi aata. First time in 20 years I saw him not working or taking a day off.
Yeah.
And in which he's not sleeping, of course.
No, you're right. Yeah, like ours was also when we went to Andaman. Island mein jayenge.
So another question which we guys discussed was, what is an ideal version of yourself? And immediately I thought of a person who is getting up in the morning, has a proper routine, has a good established career, and everything on those cliched lines.
I also thought the same. Yeah.
But there was this one person who said that an ideal self for me is when I'll be able to feel the entire spectrum of emotions without guilt. Let's just sit with that for a minute.
Yeah. Because I just like really put happiness as an emotion at the top priority, where at any given moment if I have to wish for something, I wish for happiness. And I think my first answer to this question was that only, that I want to feel like ultimate happiness at all points in time. But when this answer came to me, it really like took us, it was like a whoa
Yeah,
moment.
because see how often we are always saying khush raho, muskurao, but when this then we discussed this particular statement into detail. So there were conclusions like, yeah, when I want to cry, I want to cry without having to shut myself in the bathroom or just putting my face inside the pillow, I'm gonna say. Or when I'm angry, I should be allowed to scream or, project that anger instead of keeping it inside and giving myself time to be like, acha chalo, kuch nahi hota. Or even envy for that matter. If you're jealous of somebody, go and tell. All these emotions, you as humans, that's your biggest privilege. You are given all these emotions and feelings to feel them. But अगर सिर्फ खुशी को prioritize करोगे, then कैसे चलेगा?
That's true. I agree. I think both of us experience fear as an emotion together quite recently. And I'm telling you, it was so cool. Like, I keep thinking about it till today because that's the most scared that I've ever felt. It was...
Yes. It took me 2 seconds to remember. We guys went to mystery rooms. We did the Conjuring. And there was a live actress. I want to say it was an actor only because the guy ran behind us. So yeah, it was an actor only, like the male actor. And he was dressed as a nun. And we literally, we were a group of 6 people, but we screamed and both of us were the first ones to be like, हमें घर जाना नहीं हो रहा है.
I entered the room with the thought of quitting. I was like, आज तो जो भी हो जाए मैं निकल के ही रहूंगी यहाँ से, वो भी इसी दरवाजे से मैं नहीं खत्म कर रही है. Like, it's like I love mystery rooms, she loves mystery rooms, but that was like an experience, and I think that is the day when I thoroughly got this, the whole spectrum of emotions wala thing. Because even when we discussed this the last time, I still somehow was a little unconvinced as to I still prioritize happiness as an emotion more because I am very basic that way, I would say, because मेरे को दुख दर्द पीड़ा सहनी ही नहीं है, मेरे में है ही नहीं वो सहन शक्ति. But I think the reason why I brought this up is because I just realized that it is such a cool feeling. Like, okay, this was in a safe environment.
Safe though kahin nahi tha. वो भूत who was supposed to stay in one place came running behind us. And I'm telling you, I'm like, I don't want it to be my last birthday, please go.
And when the nun came in, he charged at them. They charged through the door into us. And it was so funny. Sorry. Now, in hindsight, at that point in time, it was not funny, guys. We were all just screaming. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like
10 minutes more in that room, I would have cried.
I thought I was on the brink of crying. Every time we would solve a clue, everybody would go this. And I have solved all the clues. I have not solved any clue, but I have roamed around in that room like this.
Yeah, he was talking like, what try karo? Arshi, we are not talking about this.
Sorry.
Linking into the emotion part, I don't know how exactly it was formulated. It was something on the lines of that how our generation, because of all the films and movies and content media we consume, we guys somehow romanticize being sad. If you're upset about something, you normally have a frame and there is a background score running in your head. And तुम्हें कहीं ना कहीं उस situation में रहना अच्छा लगता है and you don't put in efforts to come out of it.
Yeah, I agree. There's one thing, experiencing an emotion, and there's another remunerating in it and just being in it just because you found a comfort space in it. And that is anti-productive. It's anti-everything, I would say, because I think I was telling you about this the other time that a friend and I were having a conversation on these lines about how, say for example, a song is about love, okay, and it has a sadder tone to it. And if I am with people who I love, I will assume car crash. And I will make myself feel that misery and I'll not be able to enjoy that song for what it is. And that to me is, because I discussed it, I was literally taken aback by what I do when I hear these kind of songs. And that's also another reason why I used to hate monsoons, I used to hate rain, because in school everybody was like, okay, barishe, and I was like, ye emotion to mere ko karna kya nahi hai. And then I feel ever since I've grown up and I've realized that, dude, it's a great feeling. The petrichor, I like the smell of rain. And you can really just enjoy things for what they are without deep diving into everything at some point in time,
Yes.
And I feel linking into this was also another point that our friend brought up, where she was talking about romanticizing the whole idea of struggle.
Yes. How, So basically, she is an actress, okay? So she was talking about कि of course हर line में competition है, हमारी line में भी competition है, but see, not belonging to that line directly, we don't really know, so we're just giving a person's perspective to you. She talked about how in her friend circle, her fellow mates just go like, हम लोग तो बहुत struggle करते हैं, हमारी लाइफ में बहुत struggle है, and she was taken aback and she's like, क्या struggle? Everything you do is like a self test. तुम्हें सब कुछ घर पर आ जाता है. You don't have to stand in lines every day like it's a school you're going to. You don't have to make something look like a struggle just because you want to show that yeah, you're working hard.
Yeah, I so agree. I feel like there's just certain aesthetics that we are so like we look up to, or I don't know why we just want to be a part of those without realizing that क्या वो हमारी रियलिटी है भी, क्या हम सिर्फ इसीलिए कर रहे हैं बिकॉज वो सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बट द ट्रूथ इज नहीं है तुम्हारी लाइफ नवाजुद्दीन सिद्दीकी जैसी.
Exactly. And you know,
मत pretend.
इसी में you talked about how since we hear these stories a lot as to how other person is struggling, you look at the privileges you have and you be like, you start feeling guilty of having those privileges. Like, your parents worked hard to give you that. You don't have to feel guilty. Yeah, if you're not doing anything, if you're staying home and just ऐसा उड़ाओing your mom and dad का पैसा, that is different. But if you are putting in effort, you are working hard, you don't have to feel guilty because you are not fitting into the criteria of struggle which is laid down by somebody else.
Yeah, and I feel like if not now, then when? Like, I feel like our parents worked hard so that in our times of like so-called struggle or in our times of actual hard work, we don't have to suffer like they did, right? So might as well take their blessings, go ahead and do that thing in full swing and not feel bad at every second. But that's also something that you learn over a period of time, and I feel like we also were struggling individually with these thoughts, but when a discussion like this just came around in a group and we were talking to people with like similar backgrounds, we realized that it's a feeling that almost all of us feel, because we all of us have these dreams and have all of this like dream to be something, and when you discuss things like this is when you realize that okay, it is a same boat, we're all in it together.
Yeah. There are still so many questions pending, but I think in a nutshell, if I want to say the best part of this entire afternoon which turned into evening was that nobody was talking about how being a woman is difficult or what privileges or disadvantages we have as being women in the creative field or industry. It was a very generalized working professional struggles. You know, it was nothing about, as you said, there was no gossip, there was no discussing boys, there was no gushing over actors or actresses. So many insights. It was so cool. Also, we did want to tell you what all we had in our menu. We got these teeny tiny menus printed, and it was a coffee and matcha menu.
We had croissants, we had dips and chips,
and hummus and pita bread.
and yeah, we really loved curating it all together.
And our menu was also so cool. We had coconut matcha, mango matcha, vanilla matcha, ice latte, of course cappuccino, and cold brew also.
You know, I came across this reel. I don't know who, like there's a popular person, I think Malika Dua. She was talking about the whole kitty culture and how people really used to look down upon it. And like used to be like कि क्या आंटी है ऐसे बैठ के बातें वगैरह कर रहे हैं. And I think I forgot exactly what she said, but what I took from that video was that it is so cool when a group of women just come together and just talk. And you know, like this time, like of course, like we didn't discuss like any of those things that you mentioned, but if sometimes that's the vibe, then I would love to go with that flow as well. We've done that also so many times. And I feel like different rooms have different energies, and it is so cool to adapt to all of them. Like I feel like there is a certain idea that you put together when you say that, okay, a bunch of women talking together would probably discuss this. You have no idea. What can be discussed in a room and like 5 women, 6 women come together. It'll be crazy. It'll blow your mind. And honestly, you won't even be able to predict, from films to literature to society to anything.
And you know, there were no pictures also taken. All of us were so invested in the conversation. That's like one of our regrets from that day. कि 1-2 photos तो group के साथ ले लेनी चाहिए थी, but nobody even touched their phone.
We didn't.
Nobody did.
I just have one photo of them having food, but that is it. And I will put it here because you should see. It was a very memorable
Yes. Another is an observation I made. First, we had like the table in the center, and all of us were sitting around with our legs folded and having a conversation. By the end, the table was in one corner, and it's a phel ki sabhi taali बैठी थी, and everybody was so comfortable talking. And it's not like nobody even said, like, even though we had mentioned time on the menu, 12 to 2, but it was 4:30, and nobody mentioned about going or even getting up.
Yeah, I just want you guys to remember that this was just a room full of women who'd not met each other. Like, probably I would have met like 1-2 of them or she would have. But together as a group, they were meeting each other for the first time. And uske bawajood, is tarike ki baatein hona is so cool to me.
And to all the women who are watching this, please, it's very important to have female friendships. Don't listen to anybody who bitches about your female friends or says कि female friendships ऐसी हैं वैसी हैं. नहीं. You just need to meet the right set of girls around you. And anybody who can take inspiration, please organize these things. You won't even imagine what comes out of it. There'll be some shift or some rewiring in you for sure.
Keep your female friends close because you have no idea what kind of energy they'll fill you up with, and they'll actually just give you that will. Yeah, will is right. They'll actually just give you the will to live and live fully. And I'm not even kidding.
You'll just subconsciously know that whatever you're facing, you're not alone in it. You have somebody who has your back. And if you don't have a strong group, you can always DM us. We'll be there to talk to you.
Yes, sir. And who knows?
And that's only for the girls.
And yes, girls, if we ever do host something like this, we might just open it up to you all.
Yeah.
And then we can all be in a room together and
Yes.
have a fun conversation.
Yes. So, thank you so much for making it to the end of the episode. This is Chahat.
And I'm Arushi.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.